Hello everybody, Davey Mooney here, UNT Jazz Guitar, Sunnyside Records, Benedetto artist, etc. Got the new book, Personalizing Jazz Vocabulary. Sorry, I haven't done one of these videos for a while. The semester got a little hectic, but finished, and finishing things up around the office, and I was thinking about the backing track in the book and the chapter in the book on Coltrane changes. And I thought I'd talk about that a little bit. You know, a lot of people have recorded tunes like Giant Steps, Countdown, Satellite, and I don't know that I have any particular brand new way of playing on those changes, but I do have a few things that I think about when I'm playing Giant Steps, for instance. And one thing that I like to do that I talk about in the book is think about you know, when the chords jump around a lot like they do in Giant Steps, hence the title, I kind of like to make it sound more like they don't move around. Sort of if the harmony is very complicated, I kind of want to make it sound simpler when I'm playing on it, and vice versa. If the harmony is fairly simple, I want to do some things that will make it sound more complex. It's kind of like an aesthetic choice. So one thing like, say, Giant Steps, for instance, you know, those changes, I look for notes that stay the same or move very slightly by half step when I'm going from chord to chord, and I use those notes that don't move. I call them negative guide tones, which is, you know, common tones, but I try to find notes that move the least between the chords. Like, so for instance, you know, we start on B, the note F sharp doesn't have to change when you go to D7 or to G, and then when the B flat 7 comes, you could just move up a half step or down a half step, and then on E flat you're good, and then you're kind of good on G, F sharp again. So for instance, I might play a line, so I'm working off of F sharp and G as notes that would move only by half step, and then kind of using those as pivot notes, or I could start up here on A sharp. And really, you know, in Giant Steps, to me, it's bars 1 and 2 and 5 and 6 that are the complicated ones. The rest, you know, the 2-5 ones I can kind of get a handle on. But and it's, you know, it's amazing when you hear Train play on those tunes. He has this endless collection of little 4-note cells that he'll play, and that's awesome too. I guess I like to go for, like I said, those common tones. And one other thing that I think about too, I remember watching this video. There's a great Barry Harris video out there on YouTube where he talks about playing on Giant Steps, and he talks about playing in that first part of the song where you have B to D to G, only playing one beat of B and then going immediately to the D7 chord on beat 2. And you know, I sat on that and stewed in that, something like that, for a long time. I don't know if I quite got what he was saying, but one thing that I like to do sometimes is just that first B chord. There's enough notes that are in common with the D7 that comes right out of it and the G, where I don't feel the need to necessarily play an A sharp or a D sharp. I can kind of play, if I want, B minor pentatonic, because it goes by so quickly. So I might go, and then this one does. You know, I'm just not worrying about. Other times I will play off of the A sharp and the D sharp, but you know, it's no problem with just going. Just because it has so many notes in common. But other than that, you know, I'm just trying to hold on for dear life, and this is the kind of tune where you have to maintain it. You know, it's not really like riding a bicycle. You know, although I haven't ridden a bicycle in a long time, that might take a little work too. But anyway. So here you go. Here's I'll play a little bit off the backing track from the book, and don't forget, got the new live recording coming up January 27th. There's a link to my Indiegogo campaign in the bio here on Instagram, and I'm sure nearby wherever you're watching this. So, all right, enjoy. Have a good one.
1, 2, 1. 1, 2,